It's Batgirl. Do 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 do. Hi guys. My name's Rachel. I go by Sia also. I'm going to be part of the new eating disorder recovery collaboration channel, Freedom Fighters. I'm going to be making videos on a Thursday with Caroline. So I figured I'd kind of like introduce myself to you and just say a little bit about my eating disorder struggles and kind of where I'm at now. As I've just said, I'm called Rachel. I live in the north of England, close to Manchester. I graduated this summer with a degree in communication and media, which I had an absolute ball doing. My dissertation was quite focused on psychological aspects of abuse and the consequences, and from sort of those studies I decided I wanted to go on and train to be a clinical psychologist. So at the moment I'm doing a postgrad study, which will be the equivalent of my master's in psychology, and then within the next 2 years I hope to apply for my PhD, so I can be a clinical psychologist. I really feel that that's where my strengths are going to lie, and with the experiences I've had, I'd very much like to work in a therapeutic setting and hopefully help other people in the same ways a couple of my therapists have helped me. So that is keeping me busy at the moment. I've just picked up another module, so I'm going to be very busy over the next 6 months. I'll start with an idea of sort of the eating disorder difficulties I've had. When I was 18, I developed anorexia. I had actually been raped prior to that, and very much sort of didn't see this coming at all. Had a very happy childhood. I was a competitive gymnast up until I was 14, and then I was a competitive tennis player, so sports always played a really big part in my life, and it's something at the moment that I don't particularly participate in. I love to run, and when I'm sort of doing really well I will tend to sort of go running and stuff like that because it makes me feel really, really good. Yeah, I developed anorexia when I was 18, and I was sort of put into treatment almost immediately. I didn't go into hospital. I chose to work as an outpatient. I did that for a couple of years until it really got to the point whereby my anorexia was so severe, my depression was very bad, I was self-harming, that I was hospitalised. And since sort of 2002 to 2005 I was kind of in and out of hospitals, different types of treatment. I've experienced many different types of therapies, from DBT, CBT, psychotherapy, so I'm pretty well versed on various therapies and such. I am on medication. I'm on quite a complex mix of medication to help deal with my sort of manic sort of episodes, and between since sort of 2002 and now I've been trying to sort of find my way. My real sort of true commitment to recovery happened in 2004, and that was at a point when I was just like, I'd absolutely had enough, and I could see what it was doing to my family and my friends, and I just sort of decided I was tired of living this way, and it was a case of I either get better or I don't want to be alive. I chose to live, and that's what I've been fighting for since. My eating disorder has sort of been in remission for a few years. Just recently I've been battling a bit more with the anorexia again, and trying to sort of stay on top of that really, but that is due to sort of some personal issues that went on around this time. So I consider myself quite well recovered. My sort of overall mental health is far, far better than it ever has been. I'm no longer depressed, I'm no longer sort of hurting myself. I live pretty normally day-to-day life. I have friends, I have relationships and all of those things, and for a long time, you know, I had nothing but my disorder, and just so much has changed. The change is just maybe throughout the course of this collaboration you might learn a little bit about where I've come from and where I am today. So as I've said, I'm a student still at the moment. I still live at home, but to be honest with you, it's gorgeous where I am, and yes, I think about moving out, and you know, my family can do my head in at times, but you know, I don't have it too rough here, so yeah, I'm still at home. I have a very close relationship with my brother who lives down in London at the moment. I'm quite new to YouTube, but I've made some really amazing friends, and I'm just so happy to be part of this new collab channel. I love going out, I love going clubbing, I love going dancing, I love seeing my friends, I love eating out, I love, you know, going for dinner, I love coffee in Starbucks, you know, reading different books, I love fashion and Grazia and Vogue and Elle, and I love shoes, and I love handbags, and I love clothes, and I'm addicted to Topshop, and I have far too much time spending shopping when I really don't have the resources or the money to do either. Like I said, I love to run when I'm sort of feeling a bit stronger and a bit healthier. I spend a lot of time with my godchildren. I've got three beautiful godchildren. My grandma passed away this summer, and it sort of brought my relationship far closer to my grandfather, and he's just left today actually. I have three beautiful pussycats, Bailey, Mojo and Charlie, and I have a little rabbit called Casper. I love to draw, I love to create, I love to write. I love watching foreign films, I love watching stupid hilarious films. I'm addicted to the Twilight trilogy at the moment. Actually, I've nearly finished the last book, so actually it's going to be, I don't know what you call, what is it when it's 4 or 5 books. I'm going to have to go on to Breaking Dawn. And yeah, that's me really. If you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I don't really know sort of what else to say about me really. It's kind of quite difficult to sat here. So that's sort of a basic introduction to my issues and where I am and who I am today. So I hope you guys like watching, and I hope I can sort of do this programme justice. Alright guys, bye! Mwah.